What is up, Bronson? A little late, really behind. I thought you said a month a video, but I guess we're doing a week, so sorry about that. Let's get back on track this week and not do that anymore. So anyways, as you can see, we got a little bit of snow here on this fine Easter morning, about 6 to 8 inches last night. So been really busy, a little tired, but we're gonna see how this goes, and hopefully be able to get a video up so that at least we can get back on track of being consistent, and then we will get better and better as it goes. So here goes nothing. Right, so the first thing I want to start off with was good job on pointing out the fact that neither of us in life, if you're not qualified to give advice, I certainly am not, from our own personal experiences. However, we're not claiming to be really wise old men with lots of personal experience. So I think we should look at this, and hope anybody that could possibly be watching look at this as just two brothers having a conversation. And during the conversation, sharing advice that we've had or knowledge we've gained from reading or hearing other people's stories. And then somewhat, I don't think you should take complete credit out of yourself. You have gotten decently well into this life. So, obviously we're not experts on life. However, I don't think that should stop us from just sharing, whatever naturally flows from us. But I definitely say good job to the way that you gave credit where credit is due. And I think that's a really good thing that we should keep on as far as citing where we get our information when there's specific things that we know we just completely blatantly stole from someone else. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Now, the next thing was the challenge. So you gave me a fantastic challenge of the grateful list, which I have now been doing for a couple weeks. And if you look at that timeline, you'll realize that you challenged me over a month ago. So I admit, I failed at first doing the grateful list for two reasons. One is I just didn't do it for like a week. So that was my bad. And then the second thing was I started doing it wrong. So it wasn't until I rewatched your video later that I realized that you said not to write down just simple stuff like grateful for family, grateful for food, grateful, which was good. I will say I did benefit from just reminding myself of all the things that I have to be grateful for. But however, when I then started doing what you said, which was to take something out of each day, that specifically from that day, an experience or a conversation or something that happened that I'm grateful for. So I've been doing that now for probably 2-ish weeks, almost every day. And I definitely have noticed that changes kind of my look in life. It gives me a sense of, at the end of the day, I definitely accomplished something, and I'm thankful, for something in the day. And so it just gives me, going to bed, a better sense, better feeling and outlook of the day that I just left, which helps set me up for a good night's rest and hopefully another great day the following day when I get up. So that was fantastic. Thank you for that. I'm going to keep doing that. And like I said, I'm not 100% consistent at it. So hopefully over the next week and stuff, I can get better at it. And then we'll see what happens from there. And then the other thing with the music and the junk in and junk out thing, and I definitely agree with that. Thankfully, since I'm out here in the middle of nowhere on the farm or ranch, I haven't really listened to a lot of music for the most part. And just listening to, the cows, the horses, and the quails and the geese and everything. And so I've really been able to have a sense of just a simpler lifestyle with a lot less media intake, which has been really good. I can definitely tell that helps me have a better, more... It leaves space in mind for thoughts about things other than, this simple, quick distraction of something that's really not that important, which most of my media intake in the past has been, especially off social media. And so, yeah, it's just really been nice to, without those distractions, have more time and open space to think about friends, family, what I want to do in life, how I'm going to get there, what I'm doing now, which is going to affect that. And just, it really has opened up my mind to a lot of possibilities. So really, minimal input as far as distractions and media and stuff like that has really helped me on a lot of deeper levels, other than just simply not letting trash out, but it leaves a lot of open space where I have been able to fill with a lot of good stuff. So that was something that was a great reminder that I needed to do, that I've been re-implementing in my life, kind of based off my situation right now. So that has been great. And then we'll flip over now to the question you had. Yeah, so obviously I'm sure you've noticed that I am currently like getting ready. So even though I have had an entire month to do this video, I'm still doing this last minute. So that just shows how terribly unorganized in my life I am right now. So I'm getting ready right now while filming this to go to house church, where I hopefully have good enough Wi-Fi to be able to upload this. So yeah, back to the video. All right, so I have to leave in like a minute. So your question was, how do you say no? And so my immediate thought, even 4 weeks ago when I watched your video, was, how do you say no as far as doing things? Time management. You only have so many hours in a day. You are human, you can only do so much. And I'm assuming when you say, how do you say no to taking on more responsibility? Knowing you're an extremely helpful, kind, giving person. You always have been. And you and me both in our lives have had the struggle of taking on more than we can really handle. Looking back at your high school career and college and right now where you are in life, you have a ton going on, Bronson, which is awesome, and you're crushing it. However, you got to remember that you can't take on everything. And even though you can physically fit in the hours to go see somebody or say something, you doesn't mean you can do the things you're doing well. You are a father, a husband, and you're a working man, and also trying to do ministry, help out with the church and website and stuff like that. And I'm sure especially with streaming, that adds on other questions and stuff. And so time management is key. And you could go and read 1,000 books on that topic. You watch a ton of videos. But the main thing that I want to focus on is something that I have been really thinking about this past week, which is the discipline of a quiet time. And now, what do I mean by a quiet time? There's a lot of people that look at that, and it can be different for everybody. Some people like to just have a cup of coffee and just sit and think and pray, meditate. Reading the Bible has something to do with that. Sometimes I like to just sit and play music. And so for me, honestly, my quiet time can change as far as what I'm doing during it every day, just depending on what mood I am or whatever is going on. And so my challenge kind of for myself and for you over this next week, if you're not doing it already, is to find, I feel like 15 minutes is not quite enough time. 30 minutes is that would be great if you get 30 minutes. I don't know that I'm going to be able to find that much time, so we're going to call it 20 minutes. Find 20 minutes in your day where you just stop and don't work, don't communicate with anybody. Really find a quiet time, and whether it means reading one of your pleasure books, sitting and thinking, reading your Bible, praying, find some time where you're not distracted by outside sources. And what I've found from the little bit I've been able to do this past week is that it really, like I kind of said earlier, it helps you stop and think about, where you're at in life, what you're doing, where you're going, what are you working towards. And so taking that time to kind of stop doing and just think about and just rest mentally, it helps me to have a better perspective of, for your question saying no, why do I need to say no? What is that going to impact my future next week? How is that going to make bigger impacts in my life by taking on more and more stuff? And so just being able to kind of slow down a little bit. Obviously, I'm not doing great at that. Just getting used to the ranch life, you're kind of 24/7, always working. And so for me in my life, it looks like I'm going to be getting up an extra 20 minutes early, which some days is really, really early, because at the end of the day, I come in back to my little bunkhouse and I'm just poop tired and have to go to sleep. And so, yeah, that is just kind of my quick thoughts. I know it's rushed and terrible, but I really want to get a video up today so that we can get back to going back and forth. So let me know your thoughts on that and anything else that you have to share. Lastly, I'm just going to throw in a slight clip of me bottle feeding a little baby calf because it's cute. Peace. Also, love you, bro. Hope that you keep going strong and can't wait to see what you have next week.